Welcome to Obstacle Running Adventures.
Over the last 7 years, we have consistently released weekly episodes focusing on
obstacle course racing, running, and other adventures.
You'll hear interviews, event recaps, conversations about our sport,
quick news updates about happenings in our community.
And now, here are your hosts,
Standing on the corner,
Michael Stefano and Caitlin Ritter.
Hey guys, it's Michael Stefano.
And Caitlin Ritter. And Michael, how was your weekend?
I poisoned myself again. It's one way of saying that I had a bachelor party weekend in Boston.
Not your bachelor party.
No, Alex's, who got married last week. My first incident of a post-wedding bachelor party. But it was pretty fun.
You poisoned yourself with alcohol?
Do you want to get into all the things I poisoned myself with? Yeah, not to be a bad influence, but yeah, alcohol as well. How was your weekend?
It was low-key. I went to a friend's house yesterday with her and hung out with her and her two little boys, and then today I did the interview, ran some errands, cleaned, made lunches, you know.
You made some of the best regular chocolate chip cookies
you've
ever
had.
Them cooked perfectly. Yeah.
That was so nice of you.
All right, let's give a shout out to our sponsors.
Shout out Mudgear. Use code ADVENTURE for 15% off your next Mudgear purchase, and Caterpie, use code OCR Report 20 for 20% off your next Caterpie purchase.
And it's the first episode of the month, so we're going to thank the $3+ Patreon supporters.
Jason Dupree, Samantha Thompson, Matt Putton, Dave Claxton, Bradley Keel, Charlotte Engelman, Aaron Grindstaff, Laura and Stephen Ritter, Hank and Arlene Stefano, Kenny West, Cheryl Goodwin, Jessica Johnson, Anna Wesner, Nick Riker, Christopher Hoover, Kevin Gregory Jr., Evan Irick, Ashley Reese, Brent George, Justin Manning, Logan Nagel, Angela Bowers, Asa Connington, Thomas Peterson, and Seth Render Connect.
Yeah, thank you guys so much for the support. Hope you guys enjoyed the 3 videos that you guys got this weekend. Our January Patreon video was posted Saturday. Our February Patreon video was posted today, Sunday. And then we also did the video for the interview that you're about to hear later on in this episode. And we'll shout out the OCR Report for being a great home for us on the internet.
And to Will Hicks,
the Podfather. Check it out over at theocrreport.com. There's been lots of talk about the government games. I don't really know much about what's going on with that. It's been hard to follow. But that was the thing that happened this weekend, right?
Yeah.
And to our sponsored athletes.
Javier Escobar, Kelly Sullivan, Ryan Brizzalara, and Joshua Reed.
Yeah. No poll results, right? I don't think we did a poll this week. It's perfectly fine. We're going to do Meme of the Week. I found it, which means Caitlin has to describe it.
Great.
This was something that Miko posted that I thought was very funny, and I think applies to our guest a little bit.
Is that supposed to be Tiger Woods?
I don't know.
So it looks like it's Tiger Woods talking to a man who probably doesn't really run that often, and says, marathon runner trying to PR is like Tiger Woods, and then it says ultra runners ready to hallucinate and shit. And one's just professionally, and the other one, the ultra runner guy, has neon pants almost, and a tight button up.
Ultra runners are more fun, that's for sure. Yeah, he posted that in a screenshot. You know what? I'll use that for the episode. Let's get to some quick news, though.
If you listen to Google Podcasts, please change and find a different podcast app. They are going away, and we don't want to lose you as a listener.
Yeah, I don't remember the exact date of when they discontinue that, but we're going to keep shouting that
until... Check out Spotify.
Yeah, Spotify. There's so many... Overcast. There's a lot of really good ones out there. We're also going to shout out the fact that the Buck Furpies comedy fundraiser is coming up on March 9th in Warwick,
Is that this
Rhode
weekend?
Island.
Yeah, it is.
Yes, it is. And we are helping sponsor that show, so it'd be great to see you there.
I can't wait to laugh.
Yeah. And then also the 2024 New England OCR Expo is on April 20th in West Boylston, Massachusetts. We will be there as well.
Mike and I registered for our first Deca Mile at Underdog Fitness April 7th in Connecticut.
Yeah, Wallingford, Connecticut. So it'd be cool to see some of you guys there too. Feel free to... I want to say make fun of us, but wait till we finish before you make fun of us, because I think I'm going to have a tough time, especially with those...
What exactly is a Deca Mile?
Are you serious?
I know what it is, but what things do I need to be proficient at?
The 10 different stations.
Okay,
I think I'm most worried about the Ram burpees, because those beat the crap out of me at the stadium. Yeah, I'm
if anybody has a Deca Mile training guide, send it my way.
Bubbles?
Okay. Kevin Gregory, I'm looking at you.
Let's see. Okay, so Spartan brand ambassadors paused in US and Canada. So this was something that was posted by OCR Buddy. They posted, "Yes, this is true. I know some emails went out in Canada and comments were posted on social media. I won't speculate or comment on what I believe or what I think, because that is not what we do here. We try to keep the community informed. I was told that I would be getting some comments from Spartan later on with something to share. Yes, there's a lot going on with Spartan, and they have been in the bullseye lately. This is another blow to members of the community. I will post again when I get a comment from Spartan." So I haven't had the chance to look into this anymore either. I've been super busy, but that is interesting. I have heard that there's been like stop and goes with this before, but still a bit of a bummer, I'm sure, for the ambassadors that work hard for pushing the brand. Switching over to Savage, there's 2 new obstacles.
The first obstacle is, oh goodness.
Yep.
Voulez-vous lâcher?
Voulez-vous lâcher?
Oh.
Yes. So, okay, then watch this video and see if you can explain it to the people.
So it starts off with a big monkey bar jump, like a full body, it looks like. That's a huge gap.
Mm-hmm.
And then it transitions into...
Panic on Caitlin's face.
Either long... Oh, so it's just like widespread monkey bars.
Yes. Those are lâchers. Oh. That's what a lâcher is.
Oh.
So that looks like it's going to be pretty difficult for a lot of people, and then very difficult for when it is wet.
It looks like I could put my hands on one end and my feet might not reach the other.
Yeah, it's pretty far.
And then the second new obstacle is the Bruiser. Thank goodness it's an easy name. You start off on a traverse rope.
Yeah, like a Tyrolean traverse kind of thing.
And then you have to shimmy, shimmy, shimmy on that rope. And then it transitions into another one.
Yep. Which the transition does add a decent amount of difficulty to it. It's not nearly as difficult as Goliathon, by all means.
And then you get to ring the bell. Ding, ding, ding.
Yeah. It's also not like the Tough Mudder difficulty, too. I think it was called Barrel Chested, where they had like straight up barrels that you had to get around. And I'm a little heavier now, so it's a lot more weight to hold up. So that should be a fun one to take on. We wanted to shout out the running public, who clearly doesn't get enough shout outs on our show. But they finally got together the night school, continuing your running education. Now, this is something that I remember Bracken talking about when we had him on the roundtable episode.
In January.
Yeah, well, last January.
Oh.
Yeah, so over a year ago. He's been working on this for a while. I'm sure Kirk's been working on this too. But Caitlin, do you want to read this?
It says, threshold training, in particular, double threshold training, has taken the endurance world by storm. Seems like everyone is using this system. If you want to know how to use this system for you or your athletes, this is the class you need. Over the course of 4 weeks, you will develop a complete understanding of threshold training and, more importantly, how to adapt it to your needs.
Yes, and then they have a breakdown as to like week to week to week. So yeah, congratulations to them for getting that off the ground.
Can you use that class for your CE credits that you need?
No, I cannot. That's not behavioral in nature.
82-year-old Paul LaChance just ran his 200th Spartan race. Says Paul started running Spartans in 2013 at the Spartan Sprint in Fort Carson. He is a U.S. Navy vet, cancer survivor, and has had quintuple bypass surgery for his heart.
Damn.
Is that 4?
Shoot, no, that'd be quad. So quince 5. Quince is 15? Oh, God. 5.
Oh.
Pentuple? I don't know. Quintuple.
Anyway, that's amazing.
Yeah. Congratulations to him. Someone that we're interested in having on the show. We'll see how that goes.
Oh, and he sells us Spartan t-shirts with all funds going to the American Warrior Initiative, who provides service dogs to veterans.
Yeah, definitely sounds like an interesting guy to have on the show. There was a change to the Spartan Z-Walls, or maybe we may not be able to call them Z-Walls anymore, but I haven't heard anyone else reporting this, but Scott the Fane Knowles on his I Am a Spartan podcast, recent episode with, I don't remember the name of it, but it was like their recap one. They went over how there is a rope that you kind of have to swing on at the very end of it too. I would love to find a video. If anyone has like a video, then I can kind of link to that. But for now, just listen to their episode. They did a good job explaining the changes of Spartan Race this year, both in terms of like the competitive waves and with that obstacle, which I think is mentioned.
Z-Wall in Jacksonville?
Yeah.
Oh, I wish I knew that. I would have asked her about it.
I wish I told you about that too. Yeah, I heard about that. And so I think that's a certain amount of difficulty too. I heard that it was near impossible if you were on one side of the wall, a lot easier if you were on the other side of the wall. We have some exciting news from...
Oh, I saw this.
Yeah, Nikolai Dam.
Nikolaj.
Nikolaj. It's a reference to Brooklyn Nine-Nine. It's actually Nikolai, but yes.
Yes. He's having a baby, or his wife is having a baby.
Yeah, Helen Draborg.
So cute.
Yeah.
He said, Damling in the making, August 2024.
Congratulations to them.
Congratulations to Tough Mudder AlUla Infinity Fastest Lap for women's. It goes to Ida Mathines Rubens Stansgaard, and she ran... I just butchered her.
I know. I'll do better in a bit.
She ran her lap in 47 minutes and 57 seconds. And then for the men, Gregory Basilico ran it in 39 minutes and 20 seconds.
Yeah, he's from France. I believe he's someone that I reached out to in the past too, so congratulations to them. Next up we have High Rocks North American Championship podiums. Now I knew this High Rocks was coming up. I don't think I realized that it was North American Championships. Somehow I missed that in race brain.
In Washington, D.C. And for the men, the elite men in third place, Rich Ryan. In second place, Graham Halliday. And in first place, Dylan Scott.
And real quick, well, congrats to all of them, but it's nice to hear Rich Ryan have some more success too, because I know he had a couple bad races. I know his last one went really poorly. And it's kind of one of those things. He's like an aging athlete, and he doesn't know when his last year is going to be. So, yeah, congratulations to him for getting that podium.
And then for the elite women, in third place, Megan Jacoby. In second place, Linda Meyer. And in first place, Lauren Weeks.
Yeah, animal. Congratulations to them. We have Savage Race Florida podiums.
For the women's pro, in third place, Kasen Golovinka. In second place, Courtney Washington. And in first place, Janie Horonopoulos.
I think you said Janie. You got Horonopoulos, which I'm impressed by, but Jamie, yeah.
And for the men, in third place, Noel Medina. In second place, Nathan Green. And in first place, Marquez Green,
yeah, who are twins.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, I saw the picture. I'm like, oh, no way. Good for them. And we have some more podiums. Not so much quick news this week. Spartan Race Bright Beast. This is in Australia, I believe. So, yeah.
For the women's overall, in third place, Kelly Fusen. In second place, Holly Morton. And in first place, Emmy Hales. And for the men, in third place, Mitch Green. In second place, Liam McKenzie. And in first place, Dylan Party.
That's a fun last name.
Right.
And next up, we have the Bright Sprint.
I was just wondering, is Mitch Green a triplet?
Oh, I have no idea.
For the men's, Nathan Green?
That was in Florida. This was in
Australia. I know, I was making a joke.
Okay. Sorry, I thought you were being serious. And I'm like,
no, I was trying to be funny.
I know we're not, too great at geography, but damn.
Did you not think it was
something? I was concerned more than... Continue.
For the Bright Sprint, the men's overall, in third place, Liam McKenzie. In second place, Dylan Party. And in first place, Mitch Green. And for the women overall, in third place, Acacia Harvison. In second place, Rogerta Khadija. And in first place, Emmy Hales.
Awesome.
That was not awesome. That was terrible reading.
I said that we'd circle back to Ida Matilde Rubens Steensgaard, and it looks like she was on the team that won the government games. She said, so proud and honored to be proud of Team NAS and represent HH Sheikh Hamdan for the second time. Last year we took third, this year on top, taking first at Community Division. So proud and grateful. So congratulations to her and everyone else on her team. All right, secret links, there's 5 of them down below. Go and check those out, but let's finally get to what this episode's all about. So I reached out to Hannah Franciosa for placing second place in the Jacksonville Spartan Series race. Caitlin took over the interview because I was in Boston for the weekend, but how do you think it went?
I thought it went well. I would like to preface.
Yep.
Is that the right word?
Sure.
Preface, right? I'd like to preface this with I called Kirk
yes.
DeWint Kurt DeWint multiple times in this interview.
Twice.
Okay. And I need to apologize. I know.
I'm sure he's used to it.
In my brain, I know, like, Kirk DeWint is running public.
Correct.
Like, I know that. But my cousin's fiance, his name is Kirk.
Nope.
His name is Kurt. And I'm so intentional about calling him Kurtz. Like, I will send text messages to my cousin and be like, wait, his name's Kurtz, right?
Yes.
So I think in my mind, it just like, and in my questions, it said Kirk. Like, if I just read the phone, I would know that his name was Kirk. But I'm embarrassed, so.
That's fine. Can we talk more about our guest than Kirk?
Yes, sorry, I'm just flustered. So I spoke with Hannah this morning for about 45 minutes. We get a little distracted. We start off talking about special education, but then we dive into OCR and DECAs and ultras and all the fun
Rucking, and sounds like she has like a lot of skills there.
She's a multi-talented woman.
Yeah. And real quick, before we got to that interview, I did want to say that, like, yeah, a lot of people, everyone was in AlUla, and like there wasn't as much attention in this race, but like we really need to give credit to the athletes that are still coming out to this. And I was very excited to have some new blood on the show. I very much enjoyed editing and listening to this episode. So I hope you guys enjoyed the interview with Hannah.
Let's start off with your name and where you're from.
Yeah, so my name is Hannah Franciosa. I'm originally from North Carolina, a little town called Rhonda. It's about an hour north of Charlotte. But right now, my husband and I are in Tennessee, the middle of Tennessee. He's a travel physical therapist. So we just kind of move around different places, take contracts.
Oh, that's awesome. I didn't know. I know like traveling nurses, but I didn't know other medical fields did things like that.
Yeah, so it's really fun. We have a lot of fun with it.
That's awesome. Where else have you gotten to travel through his work?
We started out in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. That was our first one. And then we went out to Washington State, which was literally the best. So pretty. We got to run up so many mountains. It's amazing out there. Now we're here.
Oh, that's awesome. And what do you do for work that allows you to travel with him?
I'm a substitute teacher.
Okay.
I was a special ed teacher prior to us getting married. And so you can't really be a permanent teacher moving around. So I just sub right now. And I have a like online tutoring gig that I just started.
Oh, that's awesome. I'm a special education teacher now. So what kind of special education were you doing?
My first year, I was in a K2 autistic nonverbal classroom.
Oh my gosh.
So that was great to just be thrown in there my very first year of teaching. That took a toll on me. And then I
imagine.
Yeah, it was bad. And then I moved to a self-contained mild classroom with K through 5. And that was a lot better. The kids could actually talk to me.
K through 5, though, how did you implement like curriculum?
We pretty much did the same thing with everyone. And then we would just kind of split up into groups. And I would take like the 4th and 5th graders. My assistant would take like the kindergartners. I just kind of winged it, honestly, every day.
I currently teach at a 3rd grade self-contained classroom, and I've been there for 4 years, and I can't imagine having K through 5 in one classroom.
Yeah, it was a mess.
Oh my gosh, good for you. I don't know how you did that.
Yeah, and with only one assistant.
Oh my
gosh. We had a couple of them that couldn't go to the bathroom by themselves. So my assistant was just constantly out of the room. So, we just did the best we could.
And how many students did you have in your classroom?
8, 10.
Oh my gosh, that's so many.
Well, and like we wanted them to be with their regular grade level as much as possible. So we just constantly had kids going in and out to specials and to recess and to lunch. And it was, yeah.
Oh my gosh, I can't imagine. Well,
a crazy schedule.
Kudos for you for being able to do that, because as somebody who's in a self-contained classroom, I feel like 1 grade level is super tough. So to have 6 grade levels and having like kindergartners with 5th graders, like that is absolutely wild.
Yeah, it was rough. Once I got married, I told my husband, I was like, I'm done.
Yes.
I got to do something else.
Yes. That is insane. Well, how's substitute teaching going? Better?
It's better because I don't have to do any planning. I can just come, leave, just make sure the kids leave safely. Mm-hmm. But it has its ups and downs. Like, you come in there, the kids have no idea who you are, so they try to take as much of advantage of you as possible. Absolutely. So that's always fun. And as a sub, you can't really do anything except call for help.
Right.
Yeah, but I like it. I like it pretty well.
That's good. Well, I'm super excited to talk teacher stuff with you, but you're on this podcast to talk about OCR. So we'll transition to that. So how did you get first started in obstacle course racing?
So in 2018, I got really interested in American Ninja Warrior.
Okay.
And I was looking for a gym where I could just go and play at. Where I lived, there was nothing. Like I was in the middle of nowhere. So I Googled it. I found a gym in Charlotte. And so went out there for one class and absolutely fell in love with it. And they had a class every Tuesday and Thursday. So every Tuesday and Thursday, I was driving the hour and a half to Charlotte.
Oh my God.
The hour and a half back home every week. But that's how they got me into it. I thought it was going to be like a ninja class. And then everyone started talking about Spartan racing and all that kind of stuff. And I'm like, I have no idea what this is. So that's how I got into it. I did my first Spartan in 2019 at Charlotte. I did the sprint there. Complete muddy mess. Couldn't do half of the obstacles because I couldn't grip anything. So it was so wet and muddy. But yeah, I just started going to that class, and then that class ended up shutting down over COVID. So that was fun. So then I just started doing stuff on my own. But that's what got me started into Spartan and OCR.
Okay, that's awesome. And then what made you find your way to Kurt DeWint?
I was getting coached by someone else and it wasn't really working out. I didn't feel like the workouts just were doing anything for me. And then since my husband is a physical therapist, he started coaching me.
Okay.
He started coaching me during COVID, and that worked for a little while, but I don't always do what he says. And we fight a lot.
I get that.
He told me one day, he was like, this is not going to work. Like, for the sake of our relationship, you need to go find someone else. And so we were really interested in the running public. We were big podcast people and we just listened to them religiously. And so I just sent out a message to the running public on Instagram and just told them that I was interested in doing some like ultra longer distances stuff and wanted one of them to help me. And Kurt got back to me and we did a phone call and we've been together for about 3 years now.
Oh my gosh, that's awesome. How does it feel that Kurt has said in more than one Instagram post that you just might be the hardest working athlete I coach?
I know he wrote that on one of my pictures, and I was like, I don't know if he should really say this because like his other athletes are going to see this. No, it means a lot to me. I really try to put forth the effort into all the workouts that he gives me and try to do them to the best of my ability. And like, I don't want to come back to him every week and be like, hey, I didn't do this workout. I didn't do this one. And so like, I don't want to disappoint him in any way, shape, or form. So I just grind it out and get all the workouts in every day.
That's awesome. So what does a typical workout week look like for you?
Yeah. So I'm a 6-day-a-week runner. So Monday is normally an 8-mile recovery run, just super easy. Tuesday's a quality workout, and that's either on the treadmill at 15% or just doing speed on flat. I prefer the speed on flat because I hate the treadmill.
Really? I love the incline runs on like my workout days.
No, I like being outside, being able to like see other people, look around. I hate the treadmill.
That's fair.
Yeah. Wednesday is a lift and then a 6-mile recovery run. Thursday is either a 70 to 75 minute vert run. So just getting as much elevation as I can. So I'll just pick a hill and just go up and down the hill.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Not the most fun, but it works. It's better than the treadmill.
Now I see why you missed Washington State.
Yeah. Washington State was great for that. I mean, we did one run, my husband and I, where we just went straight up a mountain, got like 3,000 feet of vert in 3 miles.
That's awesome.
It was phenomenal. Friday is a lift and then another 6-mile recovery run. And then Saturday is either a long speed effort or a long run. And then on Tuesdays and Thursdays, I also double. So I'll do a 4-mile recovery run in the afternoons.
Oh my goodness. That is so much work and dedication. That's incredible. But that has to absolutely help you be successful with your recent Spartan races.
Yeah, for sure. Takes a lot of time out of the week. And especially with subbing, and I have dogs that I have to take care of, and they think that they need a walk, at least 1 to 2 times every day, a long walk. So, I mean, it takes some finagling to figure out where everything's going to go, but it's definitely helped me a lot. I've come a long way in the last 3 years.
Mm-hmm. Tell me more about your 2 dogs. Do they ever go on runs with you? Or are they like Lindsay Webster's dogs who will just go climb mountains?
I wish they would. So we have a miniature schnauzer.
Okay.
He's not much of a runner. He can make it about a mile and then he's just absolutely done. Our other one is a German Shepherd. She's almost 10. She'll be 10 in July. So she's getting a little slower, but I took her on one run and I don't know what I did to her, but I just like traumatized her. And now every time she sees me running, she just like hunkers down and doesn't want anything to do with me. I don't know what I did to her, but she doesn't run with me. She'll occasionally run with my husband when we're like hiking. They like to run downhill. Mm-hmm. She loves to do that with him, but she doesn't like to do it with me.
Oh no, poor baby.
I don't know what happened I don't know what I did to her, but so they're not much of runners.
That's totally fair. My parents have a 9-year-old golden retriever, and Mike will always be like, "Oh, I'll take him for a walk, and like maybe we'll do a little jog." I'm like, Mike, he doesn't want to jog. He just wants to like go on like derpy derp walks and like sniff things.
They love walks. They could spend all day outside on a walk if they could.
Yeah, absolutely. So I will transition back to OCR. I'm so sorry. I keep getting sidetracked.
No, you're good.
So I saw, did you run an ultra not long before your Jacksonville race?
Yes, I did the Newberry Ultra. Oh, are you talking about right before Jacksonville?
Yes.
Gotcha. Sorry. No, you're good. Yeah, I did Mad Backyard Ultra in January. So that was my first backyard style.
How did that go?
It went well. I got 66 miles, so I got just over 100K. I wasn't fully informed of what the race was going to be. Like I knew it was going to be the 4-mile loops, which actually ended up being 2-mile loops, so you had to do twice.
Oh, no.
Which was fine, whatever. But I didn't know that the whole thing was going to be on pavement, so I wasn't fully prepared for the shoes.
Right.
I thought in the information on the website, it was like exterior of track, gravel, and grass. So like I'm expecting that it's going to be kind of more on trail and just have some pavement in it. So I brought like all my trail shoes. I was ready for that. And then I brought 2 pair of road shoes that probably needed to be retired by then because I wasn't expecting to use them. And then we get there and the whole thing's on pavement. And I'm like, this is great.
Oh my gosh. How were you able to change your mindset? Because obviously you're going into a race expecting and you're prepared for one thing, and then to have it be a road race, like how did you have to like retrain your brain to think?
Well, I prefer road.
Okay, that's good.
So I was like, okay, this is better. It's going to be on road. This is perfect. The shoes definitely had me worried from the start, but I was like, I do my 3-hour long runs in these shoes and they're fine. So we'll just see how long we get.
That's fair. What's your favorite ultra snack?
I love applesauce. I'm a big Pop-Tart person, and then fruit snacks is probably my 3 go-to snacks.
Those are all like healthier. Good for you. I know when Mike runs ultras, he's like, I gotta get the cosmic brownies. And I'm like, that feels like it's just gonna like wreck you, but okay.
I tried chocolate this time because I'm a big chocolate person, and I had like Kit Kats and Crunch Bars out there. So that worked really well too. I don't know why I hadn't thought of that before.
Yeah, I feel like you never know. And like sometimes like on like game day, your stomach wants one thing over another, or you just like can't stomach something well.
Yeah.
Do you have any advice for somebody who is starting to dabble in the world of ultras, whether it's like an ultra OCR or an ultra road race or trail race?
I mean, I would just say, just go for it, try it out, see what you think. The one thing that I love about ultras is that it's such a long race. Mm-hmm. So literally anything can happen in it. So it kind of takes the pressure off of you, because you just kind of go and you kind of just see what happens. It's not like the faster races, like the 5Ks, the 10Ks, or the sprints and obstacle course racing, where like you have to be literally perfect the entire time. Like there's a lot of wiggle room in there. So if you have a couple bad miles, like it's all right, because maybe the next couple miles will be better. So it just takes a lot of the pressure off of it. But I would encourage anyone to just go for it, try it out. I love them because I don't have pressure on me. So it just makes it a lot more fun that way.
I'm training for my first World's Toughest Mudder that I'm running in November. So that advice was for me. So yeah, I'm excited. I'm a little nervous. I've been sick like multiple times this school year. I think it's just like the COVID germs are gone, and now it's just like, bam, a strep throat, bam, upper respiratory infection. So,
oh man, just everything.
Literally, I'm like, I usually never get sick, and as soon as I've like started training, it's like, oh, now I'm out for 10 days. Now I can't do this for a week. So hopefully, but thank you. I am just,
that'll be fun. You'll do great.
I hope so. I also saw, or Mike saw, did you do the hurricane heat on New Year's Eve?
Yes.
What was that experience like?
So I love the hurricane heats. We got into hurricane heats during COVID because that was the only thing Spartan was throwing out there. So my husband and I really got into those. We did a couple 4 hours, 12 hours. We did H3X that year, which is a 24-hour event with like different countries doing it at the same time as well.
Oh, that's awesome.
That New Year's Eve one, we had wanted to do the one the year prior. My husband ended up getting COVID that year.
Oh no.
He ended up getting it on Christmas Eve. And then I was stuck there with him. So I'm like, well, I can't go. I never got COVID.
Oh my gosh.
Which that was great.
I feel like that is so common where people will be like, oh, my husband has COVID. And then like the partner just never gets it. So weird. Sorry, not to interrupt you, but
no, you're good. Yeah, never got it. So thankful for that. And so we didn't get to go that year. So then when we saw they were doing it the next year, we were like, oh, we have to go. He was actually sick again that year.
Oh, so no.
He didn't get to do it, but he went with me, drove me down there, and I did it. And he just hung out and waited for me to be done. But that one was really fun. We got like this huge party in the middle of it to like celebrate the new year. We got like cookies and cake. So that was really fun because, the whole time you're just eating peanut butter jellies and crap like that. So that was a nice surprise. But yeah, they're really, really fun. That one was really fun.
What kind of challenges did they have you do? Like, was it anything like, I know you had like the party, but were there like New Year's Eve themes?
So we do in the hurricane heat to do a lot of memory challenges. So one of the memory challenges we had to do with, what was it? It had to do with yoga.
Okay.
Because Andy Hardy is really big into yoga. And so they had these posters everywhere around the area that we were at. And it had like some sign on it and then like what the sign meant. And then like a couple other things that you had to memorize, because when you got back to the Cryptea, they were going to ask you a question about the poster that you just saw. You don't know what they're going to ask you, so you just have to memorize everything on the poster.
Oh my gosh!
And I'm really good at the memory things, so that was probably my favorite thing that we did, because it was just running and memory, and I'm like, I got that.
Do you train for the memory events? Like how, or is it just something you're naturally good at?
I think I'm just naturally good at that. I can go look at something and just like repeat it in my head constantly and kind of just block everything out, run back. I usually like plug my ears because they're talking to other people about it. They ask me the question. I literally just go in my mind through the list that I just made and just repeat what they wanted and then just go out to do the next one.
That's awesome. I know in Spartan's early days, like 2015, 2016, they used to like in their regular races have memory challenges. And I always remember like you would like match the last two digits of your bib with like a sentence or like a couple of words. And it was one of those things where I'm like, I'd look at it and then like 5 minutes later, I'd be like, Oh, I couldn't even tell you what it started with. So good for you.
Yeah, when we did H3X, the very last challenge that we had to do was a memory challenge where we had to run like a mile and a half down this dirt road to this big poster that they had. And it was a 6x6. And in each block, it had just a sign that like a picture that they had just made up.
Oh my gosh.
And so you have to memorize as many as you can, run back up. They would tell you to like do 20 jumping jacks and you had to count the 20 out loud. So that made your mind think about something else. Then you had to go back to your spot and you had a piece of paper that was a 6x6, draw the pictures that you had, and then go back. And you had to do that as many times as you could. But you're also at like hour 24, 25 that you've been awake the whole time. So
yeah, your cognitive abilities are not.
Yeah, there was this one girl and she did the whole thing in like 3 times. Like she just ran down there, ran back like 3 times and got it at like 100% perfect. I don't know how she did that. I just do it like column by column, but yeah, it was pretty impressive.
That is impressive. I wonder if she has like a photographic memory, like
something.
That's insane. I've also noticed that you've done some Deca Strongs. What are your thoughts on hybrid racing and like the Deca events?
Well, so I did Deca Strong at one of the Charlotte Spartans. They just had it out there in the festival area. And then I've done a Deca Fit. I was not prepared for this Deca Fit. That was like right when Deca had started. And I had done the Deca Strong at the Charlotte Spartan. And I also did the Hurricane Heat at that Spartan race. And we had to do Deca Strong in the middle of the Hurricane Heat. And I had like the fastest time for the girls, or one of the fastest times overall. So Andy Hardy gave me a free code to go try Deca Fit in Atlanta. And so I was like, okay, might as well go try it.
Right.
I was not prepared for it at all. Like I came in dead last. No idea what I was doing out there. So that was fun.
Luckily for you, the only people who really know when you come in last place is like you and the person in front of you. So
yeah. And it was one of the first ones. So it wasn't like a really, really big one or anything. So it was a good one to come in last at.
Yes. Do you have did you enjoy the hybrid racing style other than like not being prepared? Like, did you like the layout or like the feel of it?
No, I liked it a lot. Before I got into Spartan, that was kind of my workouts like that. Like I did a lot of just like functional fitness stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So I really do like that. So I like that style. I think I would like the Deca Fits if I was more prepared for them and actually trained for them. The only thing is that the runs are just so fast and I am not that fast.
Mm-hmm.
So I think I would like Deca Strong better because there's no running.
That's fair. I also saw you are just like, you do so many different types of events. I also saw that you've done some rucking.
Yeah.
How do you enjoy rucking? Like, I love rucking. I love being able to just like put on my rucksack and like go out for miles. Is that how you also feel, or were you just kind of doing rucking to like do rucking?
I was just kind of doing it to do it. We did a rucking event in December. I can't remember what year it was. But I ended up coming in first for the ladies and like 4th overall. I was right behind my husband. And at the very end, we had to do 100 burpees. And I love burpees. Like I can pump out some burpees. Mm-hmm. And he was like on his 30th burpee, and Matthew Waller, who ran the event, he was like, "Here comes Hannah." And my husband Jared was like freaking out because he was like, "She'll catch me on these burpees." So I was really close to catching him. Didn't quite get him. But that event, we did it because it was like attached to another event that we did called the Gauntlet. And the Gauntlet is kind of like a Hurricane Heat. It's not attached to Spartan. Matthew Waller puts it on by himself with Andy Hardy. Okay. And it's in Georgia, and it's kind of like a Hurricane Heat, but a little bit more extreme. and it goes a lot longer. The year that I did it ended up going about 40 hours. And
I can't imagine.
Yeah, that was fun. It wasn't exactly what I was envisioning it. My husband had did it the year before, and it was like super physically challenging. And he would tell me like all the things they did, and I was there crewing for him, and I was like, man, I really want to do that. Like, I wish I was out there doing that.
Mm-hmm.
And then the next year, the year I did it, it was way more mental.
Oh my gosh.
And I was like, dang, this is not what I signed up for.
Like, wrong year.
I know, wrong year to do it. Like, they didn't have us do really anything physically challenging until like the last 10 hours or so.
Oh man.
So that was not fun. The one thing that I did not like was they made us do these fire drills where we had like 2 minutes to build a fire.
Oh no.
And I don't build fires.
No, me neither.
At all. Don't do it. And we had to do this like 7 times.
Oh.
And I think I probably cried like 5 of the 7 times because like they can also cut you at any time. Like, it could be do this fire drill. If you don't do it, like, you're done with the race.
Right.
Like, it's totally up to them. And so I was just waiting on them to be like, you can't build this fire, you're done.
Right.
I was going to be done. I know that I stole fires from a couple other people because I just couldn't do it. Some people gave me their fires.
Oh, that's so nice.
Yeah. I was a mess during that.
So you are a well-rounded athlete. What is your like all-time favorite event? Like, if you could only pick one event for the rest of your life.
I like the ultra scene. I like marathons. I wish I was faster at marathons. I was working on marathons for a couple of years, and then I just couldn't put the races together. So then I kind of switched over and started getting into like the Spartan ultra scene, which those are definitely my favorite Spartan events.
Okay.
The ultras, but yeah, I just like the longer stuff.
That's totally fair. But speaking of longer stuff, you crushed it at the Jacksonville series race. So before we even start about your performance, what are your thoughts on there not being a payout for the race series anymore?
I was really annoyed because I was like, man, this is my time to get some money.
Right.
I don't love it for the company and for the racers who are going to go to these races. I don't think they're going to get a lot of people at like the series races because of the payout. Like, I mean, for us, we're in Tennessee. Like, the other races are in Big Bear and in Utah. So like, it's going to be a lot of money for us to just travel out there. And so if I were to do well at those races and get a payout at the very end, like, would it cover our expenses to actually go out there and lodging and all that kind of stuff? I don't know.
Right. So do you plan on going to the rest of the U.S. National Series races, or are you just one and done?
Yeah, we're just one and done. We weren't chasing the series anyways. We were just doing Jacksonville.
Okay.
We were just doing Jacksonville because it's like a staple for us. We always go. It's close, so it's drivable.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we're not doing the rest of them. Utah is it's in July, right?
Yes, I believe.
Yeah, so we're going to be in Switzerland then because we're going to go out to Ultra World Champs and spend some time out there. So we wouldn't be able to do that one anyways. And then Big Bear, we don't do altitude at all, and so we're not planning on going out there.
That's totally fair. For the Jacksonville U.S. National Series race, what was your biggest challenge during the race?
The mud was a big challenge. The whole, like, I did the super the day before, and basically the whole course was mud. And so it was the same thing for the sprint. It was less mud. They had us do more running on grass than I had imagined in my mind. So that was nice. You got some flat, easy running, but I mean, the mud was a big fact. And then the carries, because I'm not a good carrier, I also haven't practiced carrying at all. Like, the last carry workout that I actually did, that was probably last fall.
Oh my God.
Yeah, so I haven't done any obstacle training at all. It's literally just been running. The carries put me back a lot, like in the back of the pack. So that was probably the biggest concern that I had. And the speed, because all those girls are a lot faster than I am.
And then what was your biggest success in the race?
The Z wall for sure. That's just where the race changed. I didn't get it on the super on Saturday. And so I was just replaying in my mind how I was going to do it for Sunday. And so it just kind of worked out on Sunday.
That's awesome. So you said the Z wall is when the race changed. What happens at the Z wall? Because you said you might not have been in like the front of the pack, but how did you end up with that second place finish?
I don't know. We got through spear and I hit my spear and I passed a lot of ladies at the spear because I just saw them out from the corner of my eye that a lot of them were doing the penalty loop. And so went to rope. That was good. Cassandra Gill actually ended up passing me past the rope because she's so fast. And so then we ran around to Z Wall and I came up there with Cassandra and Casey. And we were all in the Z wall together. The rabbit who was there said, whoever gets this is in second place. And I was like, how did that happen?
Oh my God.
So I just figured that a lot of the girls before us had failed the Z wall and were currently on the penalty loop. And so I leaped for the bell, got the bell, and they told me I was in second place. So I just like sprinted out of there. I was like, oh crap, now I got to hold this so no one passes me again.
Right. And then was the Z wall one of the last obstacles of the race?
It was like right before a big obstacle gauntlet.
Okay.
So it wasn't right near the end. Like we still had a lot more obstacles to go through.
So you must have some great obstacle proficiency if you were able to get that second place lead at the Z wall and then complete the rest of the race and maintaining that placement.
Yeah, I'm pretty confident in obstacles, especially since I haven't been training obstacles, but I just feel comfortable on the obstacles. Like I know that's where I can make up some ground.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, that's all I really have for you for OCR related questions. I did see on your Instagram that your husband proposed to you at a finish line.
He did.
Did you guys meet racing?
So kind of, yes. So that gym in Charlotte that I was talking about, it was called Kinetic Heights.
Okay.
And I met a lot of really good friends through there. And then I ended up meeting my best friend through there. His name is Will. He is from Niagara Falls, which is where my husband is from. They actually lived like less than a mile from each other.
Oh my gosh.
They were never like super good friends in high school. After high school, they started doing some Spartans and Tough Mudders together. So they became really close. So Will was taking the classes in Charlotte with me. We became super good friends. And then at the Charlotte Spartan, where I did my very first one, he introduced me to Jared, my husband.
Okay.
We didn't really talk because I was interested in someone else. So we just kind of said hi to each other, hi, and that was it. I started dating someone else, and then we did the Carolinas Spartan together. Me, Will, and Jared. My boyfriend couldn't go. He couldn't go to that one, and so that's when me and Jared really started talking. Got to know each other. And then the next year in February, me and my boyfriend broke up and I called Will because I was like devastated and like,
absolutely.
Yeah. Trying to just get some advice, have him talk me down a little bit. And he called Jared and said, Jared, you need to call Hannah because I don't know what to say to her. You're way better at this. So then Jared called me, we talked. And then we just started talking all the time. When COVID happened, we actually started doing Zoom just to like talk to each other since we couldn't go and see each other. And we started doing Zoom Bible studies every night for like 2 to 3 hours. And this was like every single night. And so that's kind of our story. We started dating through there. And then he ended up proposing to me at a half marathon finish line. Had absolutely no idea we had been talking about marriage, like we were moving really fast, so we had talked about it. I actually asked him that weekend when he was gonna buy me a ring, and he was like, I got one, it's just not here yet.
Oh my gosh.
Not here yet. And technically he wasn't lying because my parents had the ring at that time.
Oh.
And so it was a total shock at the finish line. Was not prepared for it at all.
That's awesome. Did he also run the half marathon, or was he
Yeah, he ran it as well. He saw me at one of the turnarounds, and I was a lot closer to him than he had imagined that I would be. And so he was freaking out the rest of the run, because he was like, where is she at? I need to get there way before she gets there so he can get the ring from my parents and then get in place. But he also knew the director of the race.
Mm-hmm.
So he had gotten together with her and planned this whole thing out.
Oh, that's so sweet. I love My husband proposed to me at the finish line of OCRWC. So I love a good
no way
proposal. Yes.
Oh, that's awesome. He had thought about doing it at a Spartan race or at a hurricane heat, but he knew that he just changed his mind and decided to do it this way, which I'm totally fine with.
Right.
Great.
He probably, once he got the ring, he was like, okay, now I need to burning a hole in his pocket. Oh my gosh, that's so exciting. Did you guys have any OCR themed things at your wedding?
We had our spear there.
Oh my gosh.
I'm not sure if anyone actually went up there and practiced it, but we did have it there. Other than that, not really. It was just a normal wedding.
A regular old wedding. That's totally fair. So I know you're not doing any more of the U.S. National Race Series. What else is on your race calendar for 2024?
We're going to Atlanta in a couple weeks. And then I'm doing my first 100-miler in April.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which one?
We're doing Rim Runner.
Okay.
It's in Tennessee. It's just a local one here. But there's only been one lady to finish. So they gave all the girls a discount if they wanted to run it. And I was like, well, I love a good discount. So let's go do that one.
How are you feeling? Do you think the 100 miles is attainable?
I think I can do it if I can stay mentally engaged with it and not completely fall apart. Physically, I think I can do it. It's just going to be up to my brain and if it can stay on track.
That's totally fair. Is your husband also running it?
No, he's going to crew for me. And then the last 50 miles, I can have a pacer. So he's going to come out and pace with me. Okay.
Are you guys able to I know when my husband and I run together or do any physical activity together, we usually argue. I know you said when he was training you, you were like, oh, this isn't great for our relationship. But how is he pacing?
He wasn't running with me when he was training with me. So that was a little different. He was just telling me what to do. And I don't like to be told what to do.
That's fair.
especially by him.
Yeah, no, I totally get that.
No, I love running with him. Just going out there and doing easy runs. I absolutely love that because we just talk. We talk about whatever. It just gets my mind focused off of running. Mm-hmm. He used to pace me a lot with speed workouts, which I also loved because he's faster than me. So all I had to do was just stay right behind him. Mm-hmm. Now he's also being coached by Kirk. Okay. So that's out the window because he has his own things. Kind of messed me up, but whatever.
Right. How dare he?
I know. How dare he try to get better?
So rude.
No, but I love running with him. So I'm hoping that when he paces me in the 100-miler that he can just keep me calm, relaxed, just tell me stories, keep my mind focused off what I'm doing.
And that'll be a good motivator too. If you can get through the first half of the race and knowing that he'll be joining you will be nice.
Yeah, for sure. Absolutely.
What other events do you have in your race calendar? I know you said Switzerland.
Yeah, we're going to go over there to Ultra World Champs. And we're going to do the race. And then the next week, we're just going to spend exploring Switzerland.
Oh my gosh, that'll be awesome.
Yeah, we never went on a honeymoon. So we're going to call this our really, really late honeymoon.
I love that. We got married in 2022 and we still have not been on a honeymoon. So I understand where you're coming from. Every time we go somewhere, I'm like, oh, this is like a mini honeymoon.
Yeah, we've had lots of those, just weekend trips, but we've never actually just had a week or so just doing whatever we want to, just the two of us.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, so we're just gonna call this a late honeymoon.
I love that. When did you get married?
2021.
Okay, so
May.
So it is a late honeymoon. I feel like a honeymoon is whenever you want it to be.
I mean, that's what we're gonna do.
Yeah, I feel like so many people I know are that way too.
Yeah, just with all the racing that we do and just constantly going, like just like money wise, we just couldn't go on like a full honeymoon. So we're going out there, so we might as well just make a whole trip out of it.
Absolutely. What else do you have planned for the year?
We're gonna go to Fayetteville. That's like a couple weeks after the 100-miler, so I don't know.
Gosh.
I don't know if I'm gonna run. My husband's gonna run, so we're just gonna see about that one. And then other than that, we don't really have anything yet for the fall.
Okay.
We're gonna get through the spring, get through the summer, and then we'll figure out about the fall because we don't know where we're gonna be.
Oh, that's true. How long are you in Tennessee for?
We're in Tennessee till the end of June.
Okay.
And so that'll lead us right into Ultra World Champs. And then I'm hoping we can go out to like Colorado or Utah or like up to Vermont or somewhere with lots of mountains because there's no mountains here.
We live in Massachusetts, so like we don't have a lot of mountains, but we're also like a 2-hour drive away from Vermont and New Hampshire where.
Yeah, perfect.
Yes. And then do you have any sponsors you'd like to thank or any people you'd like to thank before we wrap this up?
Yeah. I mean, I just like to say a big thank you to my husband, Jared, for basically letting me act like an athlete, a pro athlete, and just do whatever I want to. And I don't have to work full time. I can just work a little bit, run, lift, do all that fun stuff. And then a big thank you to Kirk, of course, for helping me and coaching me these last 3 years and just helping me to get faster and better.
Awesome. Perfect. Well, Hannah, that's all I have for you. I will let you go. Thank you for letting me take up some of your Sunday morning. I appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for having me on.
Welcome back.
Thank you, Hannah Franciosa. I always have to like triple check when I'm spelling that one. I don't know why.
Because there's a lot of vowels in it.
There are. I don't want to mess it up.
I wonder what her maiden name is, or if that is her maiden name.
All right.
Related episodes. Episode number 204. You can listen to Kirk DeWint.
Yes. That was 204, Kirk DeWint on hunting, reality TV, pushing past excuses, and more.
Episode 336, Annie Doobie.
Yeah, Annie Doobie on making the jump to elite, Spartan 3K thoughts, and her first Savage race.
Episode 338, Casey Monroe.
On grit, Spartan race changes, and Savage race Ohio.
Episode 343, Rachel Waters.
On Hannibal race, Lionhearts 100, Savage race Chicago, mental health, and more.
Episode 368.
Cassandra Gill on dealing with failure, ice cream. There's a combo, sorry. Failure, ice cream, podium success in 2023, and more.
And episode 371 with Sarah Grippy Snyder.
Yeah, on RV life, Mudgear Hannibal race protein, and 3GX mental performance training. And the reason why, obviously, Kirk is the coach of our guest, but also all of those other badass women were people that competed this weekend, too. Links down below, so would you kindly check those out?
Subscribe and follow wherever you get your podcasts. We are on the Purple Podcast app and everywhere else podcasts are available.
Yeah, you can leave us a review. That's a good way to give us some feedback, whether it's on a podcast platform. We only really see it if it's on Apple. I think that's the only place Caitlin checks. But if you want to send us a message and let us know what you think, that'd be nice. It's always nice to get words of encouragement. We'd appreciate it. Yeah, you can like us on Facebook, follow us on Instagram, let other people know that, yeah, there's people that listen to the show.
Support us on Patreon for as little as $2 or as many as $10.
Yeah, now we're finally caught up with all the perks, so I hope you patrons enjoy that.
I think our latest Patreon video might be one of our funniest Patreon videos.
The January one?
The February one.
The February one was just me.
The January one.
Yeah, the January one was cringy in the moment. I don't like to be bad at things, and I was very bad at that.
And you weren't being funny about it. It was you took it very seriously, and I was just like, what will come out of my mouth?
Yeah, I did not do well.
Coming up next?
I'm still hoping for a Tough Mudder AlUla episode. There are 2 athletes that I plan to reach out to. One I reached out to, no success there. But another one that I plan to reach out to, but she was busy this weekend, so hopefully I'll hear back from her. Or maybe a Rugged Maniac episode, because I'm still holding on hope that I'll be able to contact somebody with my connections that we can have him on the show. Maybe not talk about why Rugged Maniac went under, but what Venture Endurance has for other events that you guys can look forward to as well. Caitlin, do you have a joke or a quote?
I do. My joke is, why didn't the sun go to college?
Why?
It already had too many degrees. Did you not like it?
No, that's good.
You didn't like that.
No, I was yeah.
And then my quote is, give yourself 6 months. Take care of your body, mind, and soul. Give yourself 6 months to get into the habit of practicing self-care and self-love. Delete the app, block the number, wake up earlier, get dressed up even though you're not going anywhere. Eat healthier, journal, have spa days, and exercise. This is your only life. Do what you can to love and enjoy every aspect of it. No more waiting. Be the person you've always wanted to be. This will not be like other times. This time you will change and you will stick to your habits and you will see your results.
Nice. Well, that just about wraps it up. My name is Michael Stefano.
And my name's Caitlin Ritter.
And we'll talk to you next week.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you for listening.
If you enjoyed this episode, please be sure to subscribe to our show and write us a review on your favorite podcast app.
You can also follow us on Instagram and Facebook and connect with us there.
Most importantly, we would appreciate it if you shared an episode with a friend so we can reach more ears
and continue to effectively shine a light on the people in our sport, as well as the events that we are so passionate about.
Our intro song is Streaker by Straight Up, and our outro music is Iron Call by The Best.
Nice to meet you. I know you've been talking with Mike, but he's still at a bachelor party, so
Oh, nice.
so you have me today.
All right, cool. Oh, it's back.
Sorry, you froze.
Sorry, yeah, my internet just cut out for a minute.
That is a-okay.